What's going on, everybody? It's Owen here checking in. Just wanted to give a quick recap on an excellent TBL basketball game I had the pleasure of watching recently. Made the trip over to Kalamazoo, Michigan last Thursday to check out the home opener for the Galaxy as they faced off against the Glass City Wranglers. The Wranglers entered the game 2-0, and Kalamazoo entered the game 0-1. Like I said, very terrific basketball game. Tons of back and forth action, very high scoring, and really one of the best finishes we'll probably see this season, as this game will go down as a Game of the Year candidate in the Basketball League due to the last second three-pointer to seal a victory by Chris Darrington. Glass City ended up winning this game 130 to 129. Each team had three players score over 20 points, as Chris Darrington led it for Glass City with 40 points, 8 assists, and 6 rebounds. Chance Hawkins, who's their main rebounder, got involved on the offensive end in this game, put up 21 points, 4 rebounds, and Anthony Carmen got involved as well, as he added 22 points. I think his role is going to be really key for this team this season, as he helps Darrington out a considerable amount on the offensive end. A guy who can score points in big numbers as well to complement Darrington. And as for Kalamazoo, Justin Moss, 2015 MAC Player of the Year, real exciting addition to the Galaxy, led his team with 23.7 rebounds. Ed Dyson, guard slash forward, savvy scorer, added 26 points and 6 assists. And Markel Bradshaw, the point guard, had 20 points and 3 assists. Majority of that coming in the second half, as he'd turn it on late in this game. But like I said, ultimately, Glass City would come out with a victory. They would ride Darrington's huge performance, and he'd seal the deal for him with that three-pointer. Now let's get into the game a little bit. So the Galaxy would jump out early in this contest, beginning the game on a 12-3 run. From that point on, Glass City began to figure it out a little bit, and these teams just traded buckets for the rest of the quarter, leaving Kalamazoo up 40-30 after the first. The second quarter, we would see Glass City begin to chip away at the Kalamazoo lead a bit, going on a 17-9 run to start the quarter, getting that game within 2 points. However, the Galaxy would have answers throughout the majority of this game, and they'd go on another run of their own and find themselves up 72-60 at the end of the second quarter. And a big part of that was Orlando Little Jr. for the Galaxy, who would score 12 of his 17 points in the first half. The third quarter would mimic the second in the sense that we would once again see Glass City chip away slowly at a Galaxy lead. They would find themselves down 12 to start the second half, and the game would become tied at 99 apiece with 50 seconds remaining. Chris Darrington would be a big part of why Glass City was able to get back into this game, although I will add his teammates gave him a little bit more help in the second half than they did the first. But ultimately, this team revolves around him. He is the centerpiece of this squad. So the game's tied up with 50 seconds to go, 99 apiece. However, Markel Bradshaw of the Galaxy would make a three at the end of the quarter to put the Galaxy up 102-99 heading into the fourth. Markel Bradshaw was a guy who would have to increase his offensive production in this second half, as some of his fellow teammates had went cold. And he answered the call, and he performed pretty well in this game. And once this fourth quarter hit, that's when this game got real memorable. We'd see the Galaxy jump out to an early lead in the fourth quarter, going up by as many as 8 with 6 minutes to go. And it was looking like they had the ability to close this game out, but Glass City would not fold. It was the story of this game. They would go down, they would come back, and that's what they did once again. So Glass City would come back and tie this game up at 122 apiece with 2 minutes remaining. From this point on, teams were just trading buckets back and forth, and it was really starting to seem that the winner of this game would be the one with the ball in their hand last. Glass City would get a layup with under 30 seconds remaining to tie this game at 127 apiece before the Kalamazoo Galaxy would take the ball down the court and ultimately get a foul call drawn that would send Justin Moss to the line where he'd sink both free throws. This put the Galaxy up 129-127 with just 1.5 seconds remaining. Glass City would take a timeout to set a play up to get their best player, Chris Darrington, the ball, and they'd be able to do just that. They'd find him at the top of the key, and he'd sink a three-pointer from about 35 feet out to win this game. Despite playing from behind for a majority of this contest, Glass City was ultimately able to get the job done and secure the victory behind the terrific play of Chris Darrington, as well as help from Anthony Carmen and Chance Hawkins. But that's not to say the Galaxy aren't a good team. I think they showed a lot in this game as well. I think they have a very deep bench. I think they have a lot of guys who can get the job done offensively, as well as a lot of guys who help out defensively. I think they have a lot of size and they have a lot of athleticism. And as for Glass City, you get one of the best players in this league, Chris Darrington. In most nights, that's going to be all they need. However, they do have role players that can help out in big ways. Anthony Carmen and Chance Hawkins played well tonight. But there's others on this squad as well who help out on other nights. And if they can continuously do that, that'll be all they need to be a top tier team in this league. And as for the Galaxy, I really do think they're going to figure things out here and only continue to get better. And they will be despite a bit of a slow start, they will be a threat to teams in the Midwest Division throughout the entirety of this season.